Coming up on the Roadrunner Review, it's summer outside, but it's the softball team who's sizzling hot, trying to win their first ever national championship at the College World Series. Also on the show, we'll introduce you to the newest basketball coaches at Metro State, and we're going to recap the sports from this past spring. All this and more coming up on the Roadrunner Review. Welcome to the Roadrunner Review, the magazine show that features Metro State sports and their highlights over the past month. I'm Eric Lansing, and even though we are well into the summer months, our softball team is still competing as they venture to St. Joseph, Missouri for the 2010 College World Series. The number 4 ranked Roadrunners appearing in their first ever College World Series, and they are taking on Angelo State in Game 1. Bottom of the first, the RMAC's Pitcher of the Year, Christy Robinson, is called for the illegal pitch that allows Sarah DeMoss to advance to third. Then Casey Taylor grounds out to second, which allows Moss to come home 1-0 ASU lead. After an Alex Dean single, another illegal pitch was called, allowing another runner to advance a base. 12 illegal pitches were called on Robinson, and she was taken out after 1 1/3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs. You can see the frustration from Robinson in the dugout. Head coach Jen Fisher trying to get an explanation on the calls. She brings in Brittany Moss to settle things down, but the sophomore, who hasn't been called for an illegal pitch in her entire career, gets tagged with 8 of them in the next 2 innings. Angelo State holding a 4-0 lead after 2 when the nation's home run leader Tara Michelson goes yard for her 24th blast of the year. That cuts ASU's lead to only 2, but the Rambells score 6 more runs to take the 10-3 Game 1 victory. The rash of illegal pitch calls would be the talk of the tournament, so the Roadrunners enter the losers bracket and they take on Wayne State College of Michigan in Game 2. Robinson trying to adjust her pitching style to avoid any more illegal pitch calls this go-round. She gets Becca Ryan swinging in the first. It's scoreless after 1. Wildcats pitcher Casey Haynes is no slouch on the mound, racking up 42 wins, posting an impressive 0.59 ERA on the season. She fans 6 Roadrunners on the day, and we're tied at 0 heading into the top of the 5th. First, Molly Clark singles to right field. Then Coach Fisher playing a little small ball as Kelly Nishikita bunts Clark to second. After reaching third on a ground out, Clark scores on the error by the Wildcats, and Metro takes the 1-0 lead. On the defensive side, Amber Roundtree makes the diving grab to rob Lauren Histed of a hit. Then Robinson does the rest, keeping Wayne State off the scoreboard, securing her 29th win on the season, and Metro staves off elimination, continuing on in the College World Series. The win propelled the Runners to Game 3, where they were fired up to take on the number 1 team entering the World Series in North Georgia. The Saints jumped on the scoreboard first in the first. Leslie Smith finds some room past a diving Roundtree, bringing home Courtney McGuire. But the Roadrunners respond right back. Janessa Tassone with the RBI single that scores Roundtree all the way from first. We're tied at 1 apiece. In the second, the Saints have a runner on first when Natasha Williams bloops the pitch to center, but Clark makes the catch and doubles up the runner at first to end the inning. But one great play wasn't enough for Clark. She throws out Catherine Martin at the plate to keep the game tied through 3. Into the 4th we go, and guess who comes through in the clutch? Michelson takes the pitcher deep for home run number 25, and Metro takes the 2-1 lead over the number 1 team in the land. 2 innings later, it's Tassone with a 2-run bomb over the left field fence. She always seems to come up big when it counts, and the Runners send North Georgia packing, taking the 4-1 win. Next in line for our Roadrunners was Hawaii Pacific, but the Sea Warriors have yet to lose, and Metro needs to beat them twice to move on to the championship game. HPU strikes first. Charisse Mesquite singles up the middle, scoring Casey Sigahara to take a 1-0 advantage. The Sea Warriors look to add more to the total with the bases loaded, but Robinson gets out of the jam with the strikeout. In Metro's half of the 3rd, Tassone singles up the gut, scoring Roundtree and Sarah Rush. Runners grab the 2-1 lead after 3, but Hawaii Pacific scores 6 runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, most of them coming on singles as they pounded out 13 of them in the 7-2 win. Tassone and Michelson earned all tournament team honors for their great play over the World Series. The loss ends Metro State's season, but it was one the team will never forget.
You know, and I think when you get to this level, a couple things have to go your way, and a couple things didn't go our way, but, you know, you got to try to make your own luck as well, and I'm real proud of our kids. I think we played up to our potential this year, if not even above what we were capable of, so we're just thrilled to be here.
Our Roadrunners finished the season ranked 4th in the nation, sporting a 53-6 record as they accomplished many great goals throughout the year in only its 3rd season as a program. We say goodbye to 5 seniors from the team in Sarah Rush, Jessica Hobb, Kelly Nishikita, Tara Michelson, and Christy Robinson. From everyone here at the Roadrunner Review, we say congratulations on a spectacular season and thanks for all the great memories. When we come back to the show, we'll talk to a couple guys who know a thing or two about Metro State sports as we look back on the spring season. The Roadrunner Review is brought to you by its proud sponsors. Please visit Qdoba's downtown location at 15th and Market to try some warm 3-cheese queso, tortilla soup, or burritos you can't find anywhere else. And Panorama Orthopedics and Spine Center. From sports injuries to spine injuries to total joints for arthritis, they are in your neighborhood caring for your injuries, located at 3 convenient locations: Golden, Littleton, and Thornton. Welcome back to the Roadrunner Review, and we have a couple of Metro know-it-alls here on the show to talk about the spring season and what made it so special. To my immediate left, we have Mark Babish. You've seen him on the show covering softball. He's also the voice of the women's basketball team on the Metro State Broadcast Network. He's also does stuff on the Met Report. Mark, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Eric. As always, it's a pleasure.
Very good pleasure. And at the far end, we have Todd Diamond. You know, he's done a lot of great things. He's shot pretty much everything on the show, from softball to tennis to whatever. He's done great things. He's also a sports reporter on the Met Report. Todd, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
Well, so we'll start things off with men's basketball. As they compiled a 24-7 record, they put together a nice 9-game winning streak during the month of January and December. They also finished the season as the number 2 seed in the RMAC tournament, where they proceeded to defend the RMAC tournament championship. That win punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament for the 12th time in 13 years, the most of any program during that span. So guys, another successful chapter has been written in the storied history of the men's basketball program. And guys, so many great games, storylines, ups and downs. We'll talk about that great rivalry with CCU, and it was packed the house night. And in the crowd with Dante Nicholas's mom, who came all the way from Washington, D.C. to see her son play. He blows up for 36 points, 4 points short of the school record. He hit 11 from 15 from the field, rallied the team, and blew open the doors to take the 76-64 win. So when we saw the previous season, how they had the nationally televised game, always something special with that rivalry. And Todd, during the season as well, you know, we've seen through the past year so many great athletes, so many great heroes, you know, the Matumbos, the Wagstaffs. We kind of saw a sophomore stud step up this year, didn't we?
Yeah, and that guy is Reggie Evans. I mean, you talk about a season to remember. Had a 40-point game against New Mexico Highlands, and after that game, after those 2 games, he averaged 27 points per game. I mean, you talk about a good omen going into the next season. You know, he's definitely going to be one of their best offensive weapons.
Absolutely, and we saw from Reggie Evans so many great dunks. This guy can jump out of the building. It's fantastic. And so now we kind of get back to the season. Mark, they didn't finish first. Usually finish first in the East Division or overall, as they changed kind of the playoff format this year. They finished second by Mesa State, but they rolled to the playoffs. They wiped the floor with UCCS and then CSU Pueblo, but not so easy in the RMAC Tournament Championship.
RMAC Tournament Championship was a great game. Metro State started off slow, didn't show up until midway through the second half. At that point, they were down 19 points with 15 minutes left to play. They came back to win the RMAC tournament title. It was amazing to watch Metro State go on that run in an incredible come-from-behind victory that won them the RMAC tournament. You
know, and that's the thing that kind of is the staple for Brandon Hayes' teams, I guess you would say, because the previous season they came back from 12 down in the RMAC championship to win, as I remember Daniel Bass with the great game and so forth. So the team always cool as cucumbers, as I always like to say it. So, you know, there are so many great memories from this past season, but with off seasons come change, as head coach Brandon Hayes resigns from the program to prepare for a career advancement. We all want to wish Coach Hayes the best of luck wherever he goes. And who takes the reins now, you might be asking? Well, it's a guy who's quite familiar with the program. His name is Derek Clark, and he was an assistant coach to Mike Dunlap back when Metro State was winning national championships. And before his second stint here now with Metro State, he was an assistant coach with Jeff Buzdelic at the University of Colorado for 3 years. How's it feel to be back here at Metro State?
You know, Eric, it's an honor to be back. I got great respect for the tradition and pride at Metro State. No, it's kind of like deja vu. It's like full circle, you know, but it's been 13 years of getting to this point of having this opportunity, you know, so I'm excited to roll up the sleeves and get going.
Coming up next on the show, the guys and I will chat it up on women's basketball, but later on, we'll put our 2 cents in on what to look for in the fall seasons, so don't go anywhere. And then fade to black.